Chapter, chapter number 10, Information Communication Technology, the new direction of progress. So I'm sharing the screen with you so that we can see the presentation. So let's begin with it. Can you tell which devices do we use directly or indirectly for collecting, sharing, processing, and communicating information? Now let's find the answer for it. Now, what is ICT? In this, we are going to see about the various tools of ICT and what ICT actually is. Now, what is ICT? Information Communication Technology includes communication devices and the use of those devices as well the services provided with the help of their help. The store of information generated due to the advances in science and technology is increasing at a tremendous rate. ICT is what? Information Communication Technology, which includes communication devices and the use of those devices as well as services provided with their help. And devices using information communication technology are producing information for communicating, classifying, saving, storing information, managing information. For example, the telephone is used, then telephone is used for sharing information by conversing with someone, and these are the some of the devices which can be used. Like here is the laptop. You can see here this is the tools of ICT. Then there is a projector can be used. You have seen in your schools this projector are used so that the picture become larger. Then there is a pen drive, you are aware about it, which is used for storing the information regarding. You can use it for study also. That study material can be stored in this pen drive. Then there is a CD is again the storage device. There is a telephone is used for many purposes, for communication, also for storing the data. And many new features are there which are very useful, like internet is there. Then means there is a updation of these devices daily. There is a many updation come in these devices so that it can be helpful to get the more knowledge. And then there is a microphone is used for communication. So these are the all tools of ICT. Now the term ICT is what? Information communication technology includes communication devices and the use of those as well as the service provided with their help. Then think about it, how is information communication technology important for dealing with the explosion of information? Now let's see. Now generations of computer. Now the first generation computer is developed in year 1946 to 1959. That computer is known as ENIAC. That computer is known as ENIAC. That is the first computer generation computer in the period of 1946 to 1959. And in this picture, you can see the generations of the generation of the computers. Like first generation, you can see how the computer was there. Then in the second generation, see how the computer was looking. In the third generation, fourth generation, and now which we are using, it's the fifth generation computer. And again there is a very much development in this fifth generation computer. So this is the generation, this is about the generation of computer. And the first generation computer is known as ENIAC in the period of 1946 to 59. And see in the picture how the first generation computer looks like. Okay, now how does computer work? Now, how does the computer work? Computer work with these three working devices like input unit, like mouse is there. Then there is a keyboard, or there may be a camera. So these all devices are the input device. Input device means what? This is used to enter into the computer through this unit. So we can use this device to input the information or enter the information in the computer. So these are the input units with what we can enter the data in the computer. Which are those? Mouse. These are the some of the examples like mouse, keyboard and camera. So these are the input units which will be help us to enter the data in the computer. Then there is a processing unit which includes memory unit, control unit and the ALU unit. Now we will see one by one. In this processing unit, we will be having processor, then there is a processing unit. Now, important components of computers are memory, which includes internal memory, that is RAM and ROM, external memory, which includes operating system, program, data, and information. Now, memory is the place for storing data obtained from the input, means whatever we input with the help of keyboard, mouse or camera, and also the generated solution or answer by the computer. So there are two types of memories in the computer. How many types of memories are there in the computer? Two types. One is RAM and other is ROM. RAM is what? Random access memory. This is created for electronic components. Any electronic components can function only as long as it is supplied with electricity. And what is ROM? Read only memory, means you cannot manipulate it, you can just read it. The information stored here can only be read. We cannot make changes to the information originally stored here. So RAM is what? Random access memory, and ROM is read only memory which is unchangeable. Now, external memory. In external memory, there are operating system, program, data, and information. Now, operating system is what? This is a program which provides a means of communication between the computer and the person working on it. It is called the DOS, that is this operating system. We cannot use a computer without its operating system. So this is what program which provides a means of communication between the computer and the person who is working on it, and that is known as DOS. That is this operating system. And program is what? A program is a group of commands to be given to a computer. Now those who is working, the person will give commands to the give orders to the computer, and the data and information is what? Data is information in its raw unprocessed form. Whatever data we are entering in the computer, that is in the raw form, that is it is not processed. Then there are the components of computers, hardware and the software. These are the two components of computers, which are those hardware and the software. Now, children's, what is the meaning of hardware? Hardware consists of all the electronic and mechanical parts used in computer. These mechanical parts are known as mechanical and electronic parts like mouse, screen, then CPU, keyboard, or as the wires or pen drive. These all are what? Internal unit, processor are there, processing units are there. These all are what? Hardware. So hardware consists of all the electronic and mechanical parts used in computers. And what is software, children? Software refers to the commands given to the computer, information supplied to it, input, and the results obtained from the computer after analysis output. output. Now, what is the software? Whatever command we are giving, a person working on the computer give order to the computer so that it will work upon it and give the output, like we are taking the printout of it, we are storing the data in the pen drive, we are storing it in the CD, or we can use it we can show it on the projector. So this is all what soft copy, like printout is a software, that is the output we are getting from it. Now whatever we have studied till here, like components of computers, so let's we see one video regarding this so that you can revise it properly.
Chapter 10: Information Communication Technology, the New Direction of Progress. Introduction. In today's world, human life has become so fast, isn't it? Individuals of this world have become so-called tech-savvy. Simple devices like computers, laptops, mobile phones, radios, television sets, etc. directly or indirectly help us to collect, share, process, store, and communicate information. Information communication technology is responsible for this. Thus, it won't be incorrect if we say that information communication technology has become the new direction of human progress. The term information communication technology, that is ICT, includes the communication devices and the use of those devices as well as the services provided with their help. The store of information generated due to advances in science and technology is increasing at tremendous rate. But if we ignore this explosion in information, the knowledge that we have will become outdated. Information communication technology plays an important role over here. Various information communication devices help us to deal with this explosion of information. Come, let us proceed to study about them in brief. Devices used in information communication technology. Different devices are used for producing information, for communicating, classifying, saving information, managing information, etc. For example, the telephone is used for sharing information by conversing with someone. Names of some information communication technology devices are given over here. Come, let us find out for what purpose these devices are used, where they are used, and what are the benefits from their use. A computer or laptop is used for producing, communicating, classifying, saving, and managing information. It has become a vital necessity in all the economic sectors as well as in our day-to-day life. It has made our lives easier and faster. A mobile phone is an integral part of our daily communication. In today's world, every individual uses a mobile phone. It has made connectivity easy and simple. A radio is not only used for communication and sending messages, but today's radio provides us with news, music, and many other different forms of entertainment. It is used by every individual today. It is an essential tool of sharing information with the millions at any time, anywhere. A television set is also called an idiot box. What do you think about it? No, a television set is a great source of information and entertainment. You can see a television set in every home today. Television plays an important role in updating us with the current happening around us. It never fails to entertain us. A satellite is majorly used to gather and communicate information. Different types of satellites serve different purposes. For example, communication satellites allow radio, television, and telephone transmissions to be sent live anywhere in the world. Astronomy satellites are used to study the astronomical events happening in the space. Satellite is majorly used in the field of research. Use of satellites have helped us and is helping us tremendously to study the untouched world of space. Come, after going through the uses of different information communication devices in brief, let us now study devices used in information communication technology. Different devices are used for producing information, for communicating, classifying, saving information, managing information, etc. For example, the telephone is used for sharing information by conversing with someone. Names of some information communication technology devices are given over here. Come, let us find out for what purpose these devices are used, where they are used, and what are the benefits from their use. A computer or laptop is used for producing, communicating, classifying, saving, and managing information. It has become a vital necessity in all the economic sectors as well as in our day-to-day life. It has made our lives easier and faster. A mobile phone is an integral part of our daily communication. In today's world, every individual uses a mobile phone. It has made connectivity easy and simple. A radio is not only used for communication and sending messages, but today's radio provides us with news, music, and many other different forms of entertainment. It is used by every individual today. It is an essential tool of sharing information with the millions at any time, anywhere. A television set is also called an idiot box. What do you think about it? No, a television set is a great source of information and entertainment. You can see a television set in every home today. Television plays an important role in updating us with the current happening around us. It never fails to entertain us. A satellite is majorly used to gather and communicate information. Different types of satellites serve different purposes. For example, communication satellites allow radio, television, and telephone transmissions to be sent live anywhere in the world. Astronomy satellites are used to study the astronomical events happening in the space. Satellite is majorly used in the field of research. Use of satellites have helped us and is helping us tremendously to study the untouched world of space. Come, after going through the uses of different information communication devices in brief, let us now study about computers in detail. Computers. Computers have become the most vital necessity of today's world. But do you know that the computer, which is the most important device for information communication, is considered to have gone through 5 generations? Do you know about these generations? Come, let us collect some information about all the generations of computers and their types and find out differences in their characteristics. First generation computers. First generation computers mark the beginning of commercial computer age. The first generation computers were developed by two scientists, Moseley and Eckert. The ENIAC computer is an example of first generation computer. Valves were used in its construction. First generation computers could calculate the data but had many drawbacks, like these computers were very large in size and very slow in speed. They consumed a large amount of energy and could get heated soon. They were also not very reliable and had many maintenance issues. Second generation computers. The second generation computers used transistors. Although these computers were smaller in size as compared to the first generation computers, they used less energy, were not heated, were more accurate, but these computers required constant cooling and maintenance and were suitable for specific purposes only. Third generation computers. The third generation computers used the integrated circuits. These computers were smaller in size, faster, more reliable and accurate, less expensive, used less energy, and produced less heat as compared to the previous two generations of computers. The maintenance cost of these computers were also less, and these computers could be used for general purposes. An example of third generation computers is IBM 370. The shortcomings of the third generation computers were that these computers required air conditioning and highly sophisticated technology for manufacturing. Fourth generation computers. The fourth generation computers started with the invention of microprocessor. An example of fourth generation computer is Apple Macintosh. Fourth generation computers are greatly reduced in size. These computers are more reliable and accurate than the previous generations, have fast processing power with less power consumption. No air conditioning is required by these computers. These computers are cheapest as compared to the previous generation of computers. Fifth generation computers. Scientists are working hard on the fifth generation computers with quite a few breakthroughs. It is based on the technique of artificial intelligence, that is, AI. These computers could understand spoken words, imitate human reasoning, could respond to its surroundings using different types of sensors. They are trying to create a computer with real IQ with the help of advanced programming and technologies. Computers are used in so many fields in our daily life, whether it is business, administration, engineering, medicine, etc. You just name any field and you find the use of computers over there. As we use computers to so much extent, we all have a fair idea about the basic working pattern of a computer. Come, let us quickly study about the working of a computer in brief. Working of a computer. A computer works in an IPO, that is, input, process, output cycle to complete an assigned task. A computer has three units: the input unit, the processing unit, and the output unit. It takes all the raw data as input from the user through the input unit. The entered data or information is then processed by the central processing unit of the computer. This unit has three main parts: the memory unit, the control unit, and ALU, that is, arithmetic and logic unit. The processed data is eventually sent to the output unit in the form of result, solution, or answer. Generally, a monitor or printer is used as an output unit. Come, after having a brief idea about the overall working of a computer, let us quickly learn about the components of a computer. Components of a computer. Do you know which are the important components of a computer? The important components of a computer are memory, operating system, program, and data. Come, let us quickly discuss about these important components in brief. Memory. Memory is the place for storing data obtained from the input and also the generated solution or answers by the computer. There are two types of memories in a computer: internal memory and external memory. The internal memory are also of two types, namely RAM and ROM. RAM, that is, random access memory, is created from electronic components. Any electronic component can function only as long as it is supplied with electricity. ROM, that is read-only memory, is the stored information which can only be read. Changes cannot be made in the information originally stored over here. Operating system. Operating system is a program which provides a means of communication between the computer and the person working on it. It is called the DOS, that is Disk Operating System. We cannot use a computer without its operating system. Program. A program is a group of commands given to a computer. Data. Data is information in its raw, that is unprocessed form. Come, after this quick discussion about the important components of a computer, let us now proceed to study about the two main components of a computer. There are two main components of a computer: hardware and software. The hardware consists of all the electronic and mechanical parts used in computers. Some examples of hardware items of a computer are a monitor, a CPU, a keyboard, and a mouse. All these items perform specific functions and help in the working of a computer. On the other hand, the software refers to the command given to the computer, information supplied to it, and the result obtained from the computer after analysis. Some examples of software items present in a computer are operating systems and various programs. An operating system performs various functions which helps in smooth working of a computer. It manages the computer's resources such as the central processing unit, memory, disk drives, and printers. It also establishes a user interface and executes and provides services for application software. Various programs present in the computer also perform different functions and help in the working of a computer. There are various programs installed in a computer that help the user to create and maintain data. Each program serves different purpose. Come, let us study how we can create and maintain data by using some of these programs.
Now we will stop here. In the next lecture, we are going to see how we can store the data and how we can use the different programs like with the help of Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, then PowerPoint presentation, what I have shown you right now. Then we will see what is Adobe file, then PDF file, what it is. So this all will be we will see in the next lecture. Okay, thank you all of you for listening. I'm